Well, hello and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. Jim and I are having a very happy day today. This is on the day that we are videoing, not on the day that it will actually air. But today we are celebrating 27 years from the first day that we met in my first statistics class as a doctoral student in Laramie, Wyoming. And so it was a happy day for us, although at the time I didn't like him at all, but that's another story. Obviously, I changed my mind and we lived happily ever after. So today we're going to do another budget meal, and this one is truly a budget meal. It is from Pioneer Woman. And as I've mentioned before, I really like most of her recipes. I'm going to give you the link for this because she has lots of variations that you can also use with this. This recipe is very versatile. The protein here is 4 pieces of bacon. And I like that because it doesn't use up a whole pound of bacon. And so that helps cut down the expenses. And then the rest are just potatoes and what you see here, which is stuff right out of our food storage and our refrigerator. The potatoes are 2 pounds of red potatoes, and I have cut them in about 1-inch pieces. They're over on the stove getting ready to boil for about 5 minutes. And while they do that, we are going to cook the bacon. We're just going to get the flame going here and get the bacon going. Now, it calls for the bacon to be chopped. I usually chop first because for me it is easier to cook bacon that is in little pieces than it is to cook it in long strips with uneven cooking. And so that's what we'll do here. Now, this recipe you can use as a main dish, which is what we're going to use for supper tonight, along with a green salad, and that will be our supper. And you can also use it as a side dish for when you barbecue. It is good any way you like it. And it's very, very filling, very, very flavorful. So we're going to cook this bacon. The potatoes are going to cook. Then we'll drain the potatoes and we'll come back when we're ready to go to the next step. All right, I'm moving the cooked bacon over to the paper towels. Now, you may have noticed that I am using my bamboo cutting board. We are in the process of trying to reduce our reliance on plastics in our kitchen with food prep. And I'm also not allowing the bacon to go on the cutting board when I do meat on a glass cutting board. Now, I'm going to add a couple of more tablespoons of oil. And we're going to put in the red bell peppers and the onion. And we're going to stir fry them for about 5 minutes. And we will be back to show you what comes next. The veggies have been cooking for 5 minutes, so they're just starting to get done. I just drained the potatoes and we're going to add them. I'm turning the heat back up to about medium-high. And now we are going to add the spices. So here they are. Little cumin, little chili powder, little salt, pepper. And we're going to now cook this in this skillet, isn't it pretty, until the potatoes are crispy. So this is going to take 8 to 10 minutes. And once again, we will be back when we've reached that point. Now we are going to drizzle with the barbecue sauce, and this is Sweet Baby Ray's that we like, but you can choose any barbecue sauce that you wish, including making your own. And then the cheese.
Hope you know I like cheese.
The bacon. and the green onions. Is this just beautiful? And then we're just going to leave this. It's going to get a little crusty on the bottom. I have turned it off, but this is cast iron, and so it's holding the heat. So we're going to leave this until the cheese gets a little bit more melty, and then we're going to come back and taste test it for you. Well, I almost forgot the jalapenos, but as you can see, I have put them in. Once again, they're just on the top. So I'm just going to take a little bite to see how all of this tastes. I'm just going to try a potato first. Now a potato with bacon. And a jalapeno. Oh, bring it. It is fantastic. Just very, very delicious. So flavorful. I think you will really enjoy this recipe, and it just is not expensive at all. So it's a great budget meal that you can use for either an entree or a side dish. So I hope you will try this and let us know what you think. Thank you so much for being with us, and we're off to have our supper.